A long, long time ago, there was a small and beautiful village surrounded by hills called Willow Creek. At the far edge of the village, beside a quiet river, lived a young man named Ayan. Ayan was like many boys you'll find anywhere. His eyes were full of big dreams, but his pockets were empty. He believed that one day his life would magically change. He would sit by the river all day thinking, if only I had some kind of magic wand that could erase all the painful days of life in one moment. When will I become rich? When will all my struggles end? This inspiring life story begins with Ayan being so tired of his present that he only dreamed about the future. The beautiful mornings, the birds singing, the sound of the river, none of it mattered to him. A long, long time ago, one afternoon, while walking through a deep forest near the village, Ayan suddenly saw an old man sitting under a massive, ancient banyan tree. The man wore white robes and looked mysterious, as if he had been sitting there for hundreds of years. Nervously, Ayan stepped closer. The man smiled gently and placed a glowing golden ball of thread into his hands. The thread shined softly, almost alive. The old man said, "Ayan, this is not an ordinary thread. This is the thread of your life. If you pull it gently, a few hours of your life will pass instantly. If you pull it hard, several years will disappear. Whenever life feels painful or waiting feels too hard, just pull the thread." At that moment, Ayan didn't realize this was the beginning of a powerful moral story about time. Ayan felt extremely happy. He took the magical thread and went home. The next day, he was supposed to work long hours in the fields under the burning sun. He just thought about the hard work made him uncomfortable. "Why suffer so much?" he said to himself. He gently pulled the thread. In a blink, evening arrived, and the work was already over. A few days later, Ayan fell in love with a beautiful girl from the village. But marriage meant years of waiting and saving money. Ayan thought, "I can't wait that long." He pulled the thread harder. Instantly, he was married, living in a nice house with barns full of crops. This motivational story quietly shows how easy shortcuts can feel good at first. From then on, whenever life brought trouble, sometimes illness, sometimes lack of money, sometimes simple boredom, Ayan pulled the thread. He never accepted pain, struggle, or waiting. Little by little, without noticing, he grew old. One day, standing in front of a mirror, Ayan saw white hair, a weak body, and a tired face staring back at him. He was now on his deathbed. When he looked at the magical thread, he saw it was almost finished. At that moment, he finally understood the life lesson story hidden in his own journey. He had never truly lived. He couldn't remember the joy of youth, the meaning of hard work, or the happiness of watching his children grow slowly. He had skipped it all. Crying out, he wished to bring time back, but the thread could not be fixed. Does this story feel familiar? In the fairy tale, Ayan had a magical thread. In real life, we have smartphones, endless scrolling, and instant entertainment. Just like Ayan, we are impatient. When we feel bored, we scroll. When work feels hard, we look for shortcuts to success. We think we are passing time, but this self-improvement story reminds us that we are actually cutting our life short. At the end of his life, Ayan realized that happiness is not about reaching the destination, but about walking the rough path toward it. Struggles give meaning to success. Without struggles, happiness feels empty. Look at nature. A tree doesn't grow overnight. It stands in the heat, bends in storms, and slowly becomes strong. Your current life struggles and success journey are not meant to be skipped. They are meant to be lived. No money today? That's part of your personal growth story. One day, when success arrives, these hard days will be the reason it feels so meaningful. So don't lose today while chasing tomorrow. Time is like a golden thread. Once it slips away, it never comes back. Don't make Ayan's mistake. Stop pulling the golden thread of time. Stand up and embrace every second, every challenge and every struggle. Because this moment is your life, and stories like this inspiring motivational story exist to remind us that living the journey is the real success. If this inspiring motivational story touched even a small part of your heart, then stay connected with us on this journey. Subscribe to the channel and become part of our growing family, where we share meaningful stories, life lessons, and real experiences that help us grow. If this story made you pause and think, give it a like and share it with someone who might need this reminder today. We'll meet again in the next story. Until then, keep dreaming, but don't forget to live the present.